Welcome to She Sells Radio. I am here with a woman who has become one of my favorite human beings on the planet. She is a client. She's become a dear friend. She has the most powerful personal story. She's actually been on the podcast before. We're going to have her back again as well, because so much has happened in her life, even since we started working together. And I wanted to have my client, Rita Hausken, on the podcast today, specifically to talk about her journey in the 50K club and kind of what transpired and what life is like on this other side of greater financial abundance. And as you'll hear as we talk, we kind of flow with things. So I told Rita before this, like we don't have a real structured outline here. I really want to, Rita, let you flow and share about your journey, your experience. And you've had a lot happen in life too over the course of the time we're working together. So
Mhm.
let's just start off with introducing yourself. So if someone hasn't listened to your previous episode, can you tell us who you are, what you do, and then how you got involved in the She Sells world?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, first of all, for having me on again here, Elise. So I want to introduce myself. So yeah, my name is Rita Hausken. I'm sitting here in Norway, so completely on the opposite side of the world. And what I do is that I'm a CEO and founder of a company called Sustainability. And what we do there is really helping and empowering female leaders to achieve their highest level of influence and impact in male dominated industries. And the important thing we're doing is to ensure that they are not conforming. Because what we see is that women can come into leadership position and influence, but they are not influencing from themselves. They're influencing from the masculine. So we're helping them to stop conforming. So that's what we're doing. And we're also working with organizations to change the cultures from within, focus more on diversity, equity, and inclusion. So we're also doing a lot in that space these days. In addition to that, I am a philanthropist. I am also working on something called Benjamin's Think Tank that we're going to talk about maybe another time. And why did I actually come in here? I was really thinking about that. I was a woman with a vision. I've had grand visions for a long time. And today, I am being that woman who is carrying that vision. And that is a huge difference, because before it was this, yes, I have a vision somewhere out there, and I feel I chase it more than create it. And I knew that the gap between being that woman and just having a vision was to reclaim my inspiration.
Mm.
And that's when I connected with you. I can't believe it's only a year and a half ago, and it feels much longer. And it's like all these things have happened.
Yeah.
But that is the thing. I wanted to reclaim my inspiration. I wasn't actually going in because I wanted to make more money. It was something else. It was actually much bigger than money, and money then came as can we say, a side effect?
I mean, it's how it works, right? And I think your story it's interesting because you came in when we just had the 10K club, and you came in and through a combination of different things, I think made, a couple $100,000 in a few months. And you were part of the inspiration for the 50K club, because I said, we need another level for women like Rita to go to, because 10K months are going to cut it here.
Ah, that's
But
right. And that was amazing because I think it was $270,000
yeah.
that came, and it was like I'm still like, what happened? It was really weird.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. But to your point, and I think that's part of the deeper level of consciousness here that we're looking to help people raise to, is like it's not, it is about the money and it's not, right? I think oftentimes when clients come in, they actually are looking for that financial growth. And then they realize that happens as a result of who you're being. So I love what you said about the gap between the vision and who you were being. I got chills when you were talking about that. So
Mhm.
so I want to share a bit of your journey. So you came in, we did the 10K club, you you had some tremendous results. And then you joined the 50K club when we launched it for the first time at the end of last year. And it also hasn't been a linear journey for you. So I would love, I know you've had some pretty incredible results in the career world as a result. I'd love if you could speak to that, but also anything you want to share about your journey over the course of the program, how you grew, what it was like for you. I would love if you could share.
Yeah, definitely. I think the first thing that I really want to speak to is the community in itself. It's actually difficult to explain the magic that happens, but it's such a safe place. You are holding and seeing others, and you're being held and seen by others, and you daydreaming big. Whatever that looks like, it is so welcome into the conversation and actually kind of encourage, and what can we do? So for me, it was a lot about the community, and that is why I really wanted the 50K, I wanted the mastermind, I wanted to be in a place where with like-minded, powerful women, knowing that we're powerful women, not just like paying lip service, but actually knowing it for inside out. So I did that, I joined that, and through the experience, also through your mentors coming in, which I really love. There was so much transformation through being in the space of your mentors that had a different angle to it that really broadened my horizon. I also want to say that during this period, I mean, of course, some of it started before in the 10K club, but it still kind of grew in the 50K, was the results in my philanthropy side, of saving a child's life, the fundraising and all these things. And these are mindset things. At the same time as saving one life, I experienced to lose my own son on the 24th of March. So you help and you save, and then you lose. So at the same time, you're in the middle of building a business. And I have been preparing myself for 27 years, literally the day I no longer would have my son. And I didn't know that it would be possible to go through the biggest mourning and grief and pain ever in your life, feeling strong about it. And a lot of that, I really go back to the community, I mean, our conversations, support in this phase, because that's what 50K really taught me. It wasn't just about support growing the business. I received support in my loss that was beyond belief. And that has then helped me to keep my focus in. There are no limitations for me. There is absolutely zero limitation for me. You know what? There's nothing I cannot do. And I've also started to realize that sometimes we say we want the big things, but I realize that isn't always what I want. I want to create impact. That's what I want. And that's what I've been feeling through the work that we're doing, is that I can have everything I want. I am finding myself now with ease introducing proposals for $500,000. Like without this is like it is. It's almost like $5,000. I'm sitting in conversation with organizations and one-on-one with ease, because I know I can help them. And this is what I really go through the work that you and I have done, and the 50K and the entire thing, and listen to your podcast every day and all of that, because it's all about the mindset. I am all about the mindset. So there are so many things that has happened for me. And in one way, I wouldn't even kind of distinguish between work and career and my life, because it's so complete. It's so complete. Yeah. And the last thing I just want to say, I was listening to a podcast of you, and I think you asked a few questions. Can you say that you're happy? Can you say that you're X, Y, Z? I know what, I listened to it and I said, I could say yes to every single thing. Every mean, talk about being blessed. I'm so grateful. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that. And it's so interesting because women want to hear like, oh, who are the women who hit 50K months and what was that like? And I
Yeah.
mean, it's like, yes, you did that. And the money piece feels it's wonderful. It's what we lead with in our marketing. It changes a lot in life. It's important for women to be financially abundant. And
Mhm.
it almost feels inconsequential when we talk because it's so much what I'm hearing from you, Rita, is, I mean, the transformation. And there was so much that transpired over the time that you were in the program and, you came to a retreat, I think what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks after the passing of your son. And it was like the community and the support and having you there being willing to receive. I think that's a big challenge for a lot of women is they're not willing to receive money. They're not willing to receive support. And seeing you embody that really powerfully was so inspiring to me. Um,
Mm.
but the lives that have been changed along the way because you said yes and because you're going for it. And I love, yeah, getting a Marco Polo from you the other day. Where you're like, yeah, it's like a $400,000-$500,000 contract that I proposed. Like, no big deal. I thought I love this woman.
I really have to say, I think, when we are some of the favorite things that, I was taught in the beginning in our work together that I didn't think about before, but now I think about it every day. And I teach my own clients this: when something feels heavy, you put it down and
Mm.
you pick it up again when it feels light. And always in the beginning was this, you can't really do that. It has to be a bit hard. It has to be, it has to be. And I
Conditioning.
know it's like, exactly. And I also, believe in that the law of assumption. When I do something, I assume it's going to land.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it has a different name tag on it compared to the original proposal I sent out with a different name on, but it's going to come. I really just assume, of course, things are going to come. I'm doing this and I can see it already have my name tag on it. So the whole thing and everything is in that mindset. And I think for me, I want to say that this was also very powerful in the 50K because there's a lot of, we focus on our vision. What is the vision? Do we see it? A lot of meditation, a lot of visualization, I constantly going in there. And I think for me, my vision was always that so vivid in the way that I'm helping people. I can share now that I'm working with a woman. She is taking her through the first 100 days as the CEO. As a result of some other work we did, she stepped in and she's transforming a huge organization. And one of the key things that I'm also working with her on is keep to your vision and your core values and always align on that. Just do that and check in with the company as well. I did the same when we were working. I still continue doing that. That means that when I close my eyes, I can see the work I do with my clients, how they transform the world, how they are creating sustainable solutions, how they're working on climate change, how they are, and stepping into it and daring to take action because of the work that we get to do together. And this is what I come to realize. I have an obligation to show up in my vision. And what I say, and the obligation from the powers around me, is to send me the money. That is it. That's
Powerful.
That's coming from somewhere. But my obligation is to show up every single day in my zone of genius and doing that. And the rest going to follow.
Yeah.
So having a strong vision is so important, and tap into it every day. Listen to myself every day. Recordings, we know the drill. All the things that you teach. That's the thing. And the money follows.
Yes, it always does. It always does. And even, even in the pre-chat when we were talking and I was like, we got to hit record because this is going to get good and I don't want to miss anything, but just noticing, we were talking about like the woman who you are now, who even in the largest grief of your life is going and building this company and serving and supporting at such a high level and really allowing that support to come in financially too, to help empower you. It's like it's just so inspiring. So I have
Mhm.
so much love for you, so much gratitude for you. Um, I think two final questions. One would be, what would you say if there's a woman listening and she's feeling called to do this? The program is speaking to her, and maybe she's feeling afraid. She's feeling afraid to maybe step into the fullness of her vision. She's feeling afraid of the investment, whatever it is. What would you say from your heart, Rita, to hers?
Yeah. I think when you feel that kind of fear, that's your green light.
Ooh.
That
Mm.
is exactly why you have to
Mm.
do it. I actually say you have to do it. You're given, I mean, that feeling of I'm scared of doing it, you do it. It's not like, oh, if you don't feel it, it's like, I'm not sure, do I want to invest in that? Do I want to this? Then you're not there.
Mm.
But if you actually say you fear and then you're thinking about it financially, I maybe haven't got the money, but I want to do it. And then I'm scared. And then that's it. That is your green light.
Yeah.
So go ahead and do it because you will never regret it. You will say, thank you that I did that and I invested in myself.
Yeah.
So that goes for anyone who feels that nudge, that fear. The more resistance I would say you have, because if you're neutral, then you're neutral, then there's no point. But if you have resistance, really go all in.
Yeah.
It's the best investment you can do. Is that, and I was listening to a podcast how you presented and with the additional things as well, with the book and with the all these things. Seriously,
Yeah.
I want to say go for it. And I would also say if you are feeling a bit like uncertain, don't be scared to book the call with you.
Mm.
I know some might feel that I am afraid that if I book the call, I will just do it because Elise is really good at this. I want to say, do it because that call in itself can transform your life,
Mm.
number one. And Elise doesn't play those type of cards because Elise wants you to succeed and have a wonderful life.
Mm.
So it's just a win-win.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. And what you said about fear is the green light, and the more resistance you feel, the more it means you should do. I mean, we could apply that to anything in life. That's so powerful. That's so
Yeah.
powerful. So thank you so
Mm.
much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for just the honor of being on your journey with you, and coming on and sharing. And so we are going to have Rita back on the podcast soon to talk more about Benjamin's think tank and more about her own journey and what's transpired over this year and what she's creating to really go out and serve the world. Because I know anytime I feature you or talk about you, Rita, people are like, how can I get more Rita? I need to hear more from Rita. So we'll have an actual deep dive interview with Rita coming out probably in several months max. But do tell everyone where they can connect with you. I'd love if you share that, because the work you're doing is so powerful and so important in the world.
Oh, I love that. So I want to just share that the place you connect with me is on LinkedIn.
Mm.
And for me, connection is very important. I want, whoever listen to this, please connect with me. I believe that that connection can save life,
Mm.
because that is what has happened. So all connections are very important to me. We never know what this connection can create for both parties. So please go ahead. You find me on Rita Hausken in LinkedIn.
Amazing. Amazing. Rita, I love you so much. Thank you so much for coming on today and sharing your journey. You're absolutely an incredible soul and human being inside and out.
Thank you. So are you. Thank you.
Ah, thank you. All right. So to you, my listener, please go connect with Rita. And I hope this inspired you, whether the 50K Club is calling to you or not right now. I hope that my intention with this is that Rita's story inspires you to think greater for your life, to raise the lid on possibility, and to really say, those fears are my green lights. And so whatever I'm feeling afraid of right now, I'm going to go after, I'm going to pursue, because I know there's something amazing on the other side of it. So thank you again for coming on, and just so grateful. Lots of love. Bye-bye.